All right, y'all. It's your girl Barbie J here, and we are back with Zatima time. That's right. Tyler Perry's Zatima, season 1, episode 4, To Tell the Truth. Oh my God. I am hooked now. I am hooked. This episode was so good. I mean, now, Tyler had Bruh, and that was a half an hour show, and it was supposed to be more of a comedy, with the four characters, the four brothers. But this one is hitting home for me. It is hitting home for me, and I am loving the chemistry between these two. Duvall and Crystal, y'all are doing it. Y'all killing it here. I am loving it. I'm loving it. And honey, as much as Belinda get on my nerves, that girl is playing her part. She is playing her part because I can't stand her right now. And she got that Karen thing going. It is something else. Anyway, y'all let me know down in the comment section how y'all feel about these episodes as well. And for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel as of yet, please take a moment right now. Hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification bell and let you know every time I upload a new video. Then I ask you to hit that thumbs up button, which is the like button, the thumbs up button. Write a comment and share this. Share it with your friends. And some of you who don't know, there is a special going on with BET that you could get, BET Plus. You could get it for 3 months for 99 cents a month. Now, I'm in New York and I saw it flash across my screen. So I don't know, but y'all look it up. I mean, Zatima will be over in 5 weeks. Now it's only 4 weeks left. And those of you who don't want to pay for BET Plus, just do that. You sign up, you get it for 99 cents a month, and then you shut it down before the last month. All you needed is for 2 months, okay? So I hope I hooked you up and helped you out with that. Now let's get on with this recap review. Okay, so we got Belinda. She gets up the stairs and she sees Fatima busted. Girl, you're busted. Can't be trusted. I'm trying to say. And then she tries to play it off as if she were testing Zach to see if he would push up on her. And then she lied and said he did when Fatima asked how she knew she wouldn't be there. And she told her, girl, it takes you about 2 hours to get your hair done. She said, oh, so you timed it out, And Fatima's like, she stood up looking at her like, so that's what you did, huh? And Zach see that look in Fatima's eyes. And Fatima already pissed now because she heard everything. And then the girl lied and said her man was pushing her up on her when all you heard Zach saying is, stop, Belinda, get away, Belinda, leave, Belinda, I'm gonna kick you down the damn steps, Belinda. That's all we heard. But Zach saw that look in Fatima's eyes and he tries to get her to calm down. And she said, I am calm. And then she went for her purse and I call it a handbag, but she called it a purse. And he snatched it away from her. But then, what's her name? Belinda said something stank and he turned and said, why don't you shut up? And she's cussing at him. And while he had the handbag still in his hand back, Fatima slid down in the bag and got her gun out. And, I was like, oh my God, they're arguing and he's not paying attention. And he's like, I'm trying to help you, telling Belinda. And at that moment, Fatima is holding the gun in her hand and she's all calm while those two are arguing and Jack is trying to push her out of the house. He's fussing with Belinda and they going back and forth and he's trying to get her to leave. And Fatima is watching and she picks up that gun, points it and shoots her gun. And they both hit the floor. And Fatima bends down. She goes over there and bends down and get in Belinda's face. Fatima gets in Belinda's face but Zach gets up and he's like, wait a minute. He pulls her away. He's like, because he sees she's like yelling something to her. And she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he's holding her. He grabs her and puts her on the bed. This is Fatima. And takes the gun out of her hands. Meanwhile, Belinda gets up and runs. And Fatima's on the bed crying at this moment. But the thing I'm saying to everybody is, and y'all let me know, it would seem to me that if Belinda is her bestie and her Sora and she's known her for years, because first of all, let's go to that Sora thing. The other Soras would not be feeling that right now. They would be silencing Belinda. They would probably be checking her. How you going to do that to another Sora? At least that's what I would think they're supposed to do, but I do see some shady Soras. I see some that don't care. But I'm just saying, you would think that she's her bestie all these years from college or whatever, and you don't know this side of Fatima? You don't know about it? I mean, am I wrong, y'all? Am I wrong or am I right about this? because put in the comment section, shouldn't she know this side of Fatima if they that close and she her girl and all this stuff? Anyway, what else? Let's move on. We got Angela. She came to the house acting like Zach did something to Belinda. And he's trying to tell her that Belinda hurt her today. She's not feeling, and Fatima's hurt upstairs, hurt, and she's asleep. And she's like, look. And I see the attitude on her face like Zach did something. And she called herself checking Zach, talking about, look, you knew up in here and da-da-da-da. And he's like, look, she's hurt. She needs her rest or whatever. And she started yelling. She started screaming. She didn't care. Screaming Fatima's name until Fatima said, let her up. Then Bryce came in the house because she's like, Bryce is out there. He's like, I don't care if Bryce is out there. What they got to do with me? So Zach is like, what the hell? Everyone just walking in here because Bryce just walked in there and Bryce is looking at him all sideways like he did something. And to me, it was killing me is that Angela's acting like Fatima doesn't know what she heard because Fatima's up there telling Angela everything that went down, and Angela's believing Belinda's funky, nasty self, whether she drinking, when she drinking, she does this. They said, you know all this stuff about her. So why do you find it too hard to believe that she did this? Why is Angela finding it too hard to believe that Belinda did that? And this is even after Fatima tells her that she was there and heard everything. And she said, that's why I left the salon so quick, because I suspected this. And not even that, after what Cal said that Belinda wanted to do. May I add that? Didn't Cal even said it? And now Angela's finding it too hard to believe. And then she's still trying to defend Belinda, that her no good honor. You know what I mean? I was a little thrown back by Angela's behavior when her girl Fatima is telling her everything, and she's thinking Fatima heard her side. I mean, was just listening to Zach's side, but she didn't even have to listen to Zach's side because she was there and heard everything. Anyway, so Angela was being way too nice, if you ask me, and I think Fatima even said the same thing. And I noticed when Angela asked Fatima how she got up there without them knowing, she said, "Don't worry about it," and I was like, So Fatima cries on Angela's shoulder because she feels betrayed and she's hurt. And Angela says she's hurt too because they've all been friends for years. But honey, that's on your girl. They ain't got nothing to do with Fatima. Then we got Bryce and Zach. They sitting outside on the patio drinking and talking about what happened. And he tells Zach what he learned from what he heard from Angela about what went down. And then Zach lets him know that Belinda was lying, Then, they having a little bro talk because he mentions something about the gun. Zach mentions about the gun, and Bryce is being judgmental now. And he's telling him, y'all need to do something about that. Y'all need to check that. That's not good. You got the guns and stuff. He's like, dude, please, I got this. Anyway. So they go inside, and Angela comes down the stairs, and I'm glad she apologized to Zach because she came in there knowing one side of the story, and she should know her girl is a liar and how fast she is. So anyway, let's move on with that. Zach goes upstairs. He gets in bed and holds Fatima while she cries. This was so sweet, and she was saying how she just sees red, and he told her she can't be pulling out a gun. She get mad all the time like that, and she said she'll try, And then Zach asked Fatima how did she get up there without them knowing, and she said through the window. And he said, we on the second floor, baby, and tells it there ain't no stairs. And Fatima replied that a bitch grew wings when she got mad. I was dying. But then Zach told her we gotta do better, and then he kissed her and said he's sorry, he apologized, and that he's got to do better. And she said we both do, and that was so sweet. Then we got Valerie. She calls Zach and tells him that she has someone who wants to rent the other side of his duplex. That's the next morning, y'all. And Fatima comes down and they chat, and she mentions she needs a vacation, and Zach said he could take her to Florida. And she's like, what, huh? I was saying the same thing. She said, look, I need a real vacation. Like, I need the Bahamas or the south of France and stuff. And he told her she is mad bougie right now. He said, I ain't never seen you this bougie. She said, I've always been this bougie. But then he reminded her that he can't get a passport because of his record. I didn't know that, y'all. I really didn't know that people with who had criminal records or whatever it is couldn't get passports. That's news to me. Anyway, then they go out for a run, and just like Fatima said, Zach can't keep up, and that's why she wanted to run alone. So she decided she would run ahead because she had to go to work. She had to go to work, and she didn't want Jack to make her late. And then some thick female in a yellow spandex outfit came running by, and Jack turned his head to look at her butt, and the girl, if you ask me, the girl looked like Danny from Sisters. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but it looked like Danny from Sisters. And Fatima peeped Zach turning his head to see her butt, and he was like, I thought it was the sun. I was following the sun. It was bright yellow. And as she's running in the place, slowly moving backwards, talking to Zach, some guy sort of bumps into her, and she turns around, and it happens to be Ian, someone from her past that she was in love with and wanted to marry, but he left her for another woman and married that other woman the next weekend or something. That weekend it was mad crazy. So Fatima tries to, jog past him or around him, and he keeps blocking her. While Zach is in pain, taking a phone call from Bryce, he's missing all of this happening. And Ian's telling Fatima that he still loves her. And she said, we're over. You left me and married a chick the next weekend. There it is. And he wants to take her to a, dinner to explain. And she, like, for what? I'm saying, like, for what? And she was saying, like, for what? Then she learns that his marriage didn't make it, and she said, ha, I effing knew that shit. I said, oh, can't do that. That was messed up. Then Zach sees what's going on and goes over, and Fatima tells Zach who Ian is, and Zach said, oh, she said, that's the guy that left me. He said, oh, that's good. And Fatima's like, why? Zach replied, because his loss is my gain. And she said, oh, yeah. And then they're being silly while Ian standing there looking pitiful. And I was laughing. I said, see, that's what you get, bro. That's just what you get. Then Zach meets up with Bryce to see an office space, because that's what Bryce had called him about. See this office space, and he shares with him that they ran into Fatima's ex, and Bryce was asking how it felt, what, how did that go and all this stuff. But then they changed the subject back to the office, and Bryce tells Zach this space is his for $3,600 a month. And Zach is like, damn, $3,600? Like, he's smiling like that's no big deal. And he said one office can be Zach's, and this could be your reception area, your assistant. He said, I got money for an assistant. He said, and this one office could be mine. And Zach's like, what? And he said, if you're going to do this flipping stuff, you're going to need a partner. And I said, wait a minute now. And I said, damn, I know Bryce's face had a certain look on it when Zach mentioned flipping. So I'm getting a little confused as to what's going on here. So he said, oh man. So Zach was excited, and Bryce added that working with Zach would be his part-time gig, and they would split all the bills 50-50. And he's keeping his day job with Gary. Of course he is, because that's his money maker, I'm sure. So Zach is happy because it's only $1,800 a month for him, and he has a partner that he likes. So I'm hoping he will have the good sense to draw up a contract between them, because this is what's going to probably upset Fatima like crazy. If Bryce tries to pull one over on Zach in any way, and Zach says the business is going to be called Rise Ventures, because he's been down so long and now he's rising up. And I like that. I thought that was cool. And I'm sure Fatima is not going to let Bryce get away with Zach going in partnership with him without drawing up some legal agreement. And then we see Angela showing up at Fatima's office, and Fatima tells her that she saw Ian today, and so they go into the ladies' room to talk, and she told her about Ian, and then she explained to her how it made her feel being near him. And then Angela suggested that Fatima goes to the dinner with Ian to explore those feelings, and she should tell Zach, since Fatima is saying that their relationship is so solid. So Fatima said she would do that. Then Angela tried to bring up the Belinda thing, but Fatima didn't want to hear it. She wasn't going there, and she's like, let's kill that noise. And then there was something with Nathan calling Zach, trying to invite him to a party, and he said he's not bringing his wife, and Zach shouldn't bring no Fatima, and they won't know. And I don't know whose party it was. I was like, this is so crazy, because that boy know if his wife find out, she gonna beat the devil out of Nathan. He need to stop with all them damn, what he got, like 2 kids and stuff. Anyway, but it ended with, we have Ian showing up at Fatima's job, and she walks over to tell him, to leave and not come back. But then he drops a big old bomb and states that he has stage 4 cancer. And I was like, y'all know that touched me. Y'all know that touched me going through my cancer stuff right now. I'm not stage 4, thank God, because I go to my doctor's appointment. I'm always checking. But that touched me right then and there. And I don't know if that's fair for him to do that, because now he's pulling at her heartstrings, and he said he's trying to make it right, with everyone he hurt, and she's the one he hurt most. Now, if he didn't have cancer, would he have tried to make it right? Would he have gone back to her? That's what I'm saying right now. He's trying to use sympathy and stuff to smooth over what he did to her. And I don't think that's right. So she agrees to meet. Fatima agrees to meet with him at the coffee shop. Not at dinner, but downstairs at the coffee shop. But did y'all see, wait a minute, did y'all see how tight Ian's shirt was fitting? Oh my God, did y'all see that top button on that blue shirt? If y'all didn't see it, go back and look at that damn button was pulling like, it's like, bro, it would probably pop if he sneezed, But I think it was sad that Fatima went back to her desk and she cried for him. And it just hurt me, because like I said, sometimes these people, they get sick and then they use that to come around when after they did somebody wrong and get sympathy from them when they should have been apologizing before they knew they were sick or got sick. They shouldn't have did it. Anyway, this was my recap. I loved the episode. I thought it was like a 4.5 or something like that, because the part with Angela just bothered me, that she's acting like she don't want to believe Fatima. Fatima's sitting in the house. So that took off a half a point from me, I tell you. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.